These last couple of days have not been easy ones. Um, it's kind of hard to find out that uh, your fiance, your late fiance, that hadn't exactly been the most truthful person that you thought they were. You thought, when you really think you know someone. I spent, as I said before, 5 or 10 hours Monday through Thursday, sometimes even 11, 12 hours, us just talking about any and everything, doing any and everything. And Friday, 2 or 3 hours, and then Saturday, of course, he was at his home, and Sunday he was at his home until he left for work, as he lived with his cousin. The other day I just found out his cousin really wasn't his cousin. A nice lady. Got a hold of me. Her name was Tanya, and she had been living with him as girlfriend, boyfriend for 6 years. I've been with him for 3. And it was, if this was this time last year, I would be like totally like pulling my hair out, crying, but being so changed in so many different ways since then. I'm even able to forgive him. I know she's not really at that point, and I suppose when you live with someone for 6 years, and she said she even knew him for 15 years or more, had been with him before, broke up, and then, then 6 years ago, well, it would have been, I guess it would have been 7 by now, but 6 years ago when they were together. It is just really unbelievable. This only happened Sunday when she told me, and we had messaged back and forth for probably 2 or 3 hours. I even found out that the place he said that he lived, he did not live. I think it was Hertfordshire, Welland Garden City, where he said he lived. But even though I don't know the exact village, he lived in Essex. Her apartment or house, I guess it's a house, I think it's a duplex. Yeah, there was still a lot of things he said that were, true. It's like I think sometimes he actually bought into who he said he was. Sometimes I actually think he actually thought that. He was going at it for so long, I think he just actually believed it. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why tell me a different place than he lived. It wasn't like I was going there or going to send any letters or anything, It's just, it's so weird. But yeah, he lived in Essex. And the cute little dog that he said was his cousin's dog, it was actually his girlfriend's dog. Is Jack. She still has it. He's still doing okay. Oh my God. And if you don't laugh, you don't know what you're gonna do. But one thing I'm not is a victim. Nobody's ever a victim unless they want to be, right? They always say that we call things to ourselves, and I've always worried about that type of thing here and there. So probably I did. I went and delved into a timeline where I called all this on myself, so I can't really, and maybe there's a timeline where he was exactly who he said he was, and we're together right now. but I'm living in this one right this minute. So I have to deal with this one. Not only did she say that, but she found out that he was actually talking to a few other women as well. Even though I don't see where he ever had time for that, because we were talking, and I was going with him when he was doing his truck driving about the whole day long. So he must have had 10 minutes here or whatever, but he obviously spent the most time with me. And I still, and I even told her this, that I'm still going to just, and I have to for myself. I believe that he did love me in his own way, and that the little world we put ourselves in was still our bubble, our world. And the things that we said to each other were still ours, and that's just how I'm going to see it. But anyway, and the year, it's been almost a year since his passing. She's not going to mourn it as much as she would have normally, but I still am. I still wish he was here. I probably would still give him a little what for, but you know what? I do forgive him, and it is what it is, and I probably would still say either you have to choose or be with her, after all, She never said they were ever engaged. She said he bought her a couple of rings, but never really said engaged. And he actually asked me to marry him. In fact, I even asked, did you really ask me to marry you? And he said yes, so. There you go. I don't know. But anyway, it wasn't like he was getting anything from me or being able to scam me for anything, because he sent me things. He sent me sometimes money. I heard he got sometimes money from other people, but it didn't come from me, so he wasn't, the only thing he was getting from me is companionship and love, so anyway, that's enough of my so-called rant. So, have a nice week. Over now. If this will go off, I would say over and out.